Today our topic is the best Stoic books for beginners. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life, how to handle challenges, and how to find peace in a world full of chaos. It is not just about thinking, but about taking action and living in a way that is meaningful and virtuous. For those who are new to Stoicism, books are a great way to start. They help us understand the ideas of Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. These writers lived a long time ago, but their advice is still useful today because human nature has not changed much over the centuries. We still face problems like stress, fear, anger, and sadness. Stoicism gives us tools to deal with these emotions and to live a life of purpose and calm. The first book I recommend for beginners is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor, and he wrote this book as a personal journal to remind himself of Stoic principles. It is full of short, powerful ideas about how to stay strong in difficult times, how to control your emotions, and how to focus on what really matters in life. One of the key lessons from Meditations is that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we react. For example, if someone insults you, you can choose not to be upset. You can remind yourself that their words do not define you. This book is easy to read because it is written in small sections, so you can read a little every day and think about how to apply the ideas to your own life. Another great book for beginners is Letters from a Stoic King by Seneca. Seneca was a Roman philosopher who wrote letters to his friend Lucilius, giving him advice on how to live a good life. These letters are full of wisdom about dealing with anger, fear, and sadness. Seneca teaches us that life is short, and we should not waste time on things that do not matter. He says that we should focus on what is within our control and let go of what is not. For example, we cannot control the weather, but we can control how we prepare for it. Seneca also talks about the importance of friendship and helping others. He says that true happiness comes from living a life of virtue, not from wealth or fame. Letters from a Stoic King is a great book because it is practical and easy to understand. The letters are short, so you can read one or two at a time and think about how to use the advice in your daily life. The third book I recommend is Discourses by Epictetus. Epictetus was a former slave who became a famous Stoic teacher. His book, Discourses, is a collection of his teachings written down by his student Irvine. Epictetus teaches us that the key to a good life is to focus on what we can control and to accept what we cannot control. He says that our happiness does not depend on external things like money or status, but on our own thoughts and actions. For example, if you lose your job, you can choose to see it as an opportunity to find something better rather than as a disaster. Epictetus also emphasizes the importance of self-discipline and responsibility. He says that we should take care of our own minds and not blame others for our problems. Discourses is a bit longer than the other books, but it is full of powerful ideas that can help you live a better life. Another good book for beginners is Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. This book is a modern take on Stoicism, and it is designed to help you practice Stoic principles every day. Each page has a short quote from a Stoic philosopher, followed by an explanation and a suggestion for how to apply the idea in your life. For example, one day you might read a quote from Marcus Aurelius about staying calm in difficult situations, and the next day you might read a quote from Seneca about the importance of gratitude. The book is organized by month, so you can work through it slowly and take time to think about each lesson. Daily Stoic is a great choice for people who want to learn Stoicism, but do not have a lot of time to read long books. Finally, I recommend A Guide to the Good Life by William B. Irvine. This book is a modern introduction to Stoicism, written in simple language that is easy to understand. Irvine explains the basic ideas of Stoicism and shows how they can be applied to modern life. For example, he talks about how Stoicism can help us deal with stress, how to find happiness in small things, and how to handle difficult people. Irvine also gives practical advice on how to practice Stoicism, such as keeping a journal or doing daily exercises to remind yourself of Stoic principles. A guide to the good life is a good choice for beginners because it is clear, practical, and focused on how to use Stoicism in everyday life. These books are a great place to start if you want to learn about Stoicism. They teach us how to live with courage, wisdom, and self-control. They remind us that we cannot control everything in life, but we can control how we respond. They also teach us that true happiness comes from within, not from external things like money or fame. By reading these books, you can learn how to handle challenges, find peace, and live a life of purpose and meaning. Stoicism is not just a philosophy for ancient times. It is a way of thinking that can help us in the modern world. It teaches us to focus on what really matters and to let go of what does not. Whether you are dealing with stress, fear, anger, or sadness, these books can give you the tools you need to stay strong and calm. So if you are looking for a way to improve your life, I encourage you to read these books and start practicing Stoicism. It is a journey that can change your life for the better.